Hi friends, hope you are doing well. I am Dr. Ganguly. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about postdoctoral positions at INRIA, the French National Lab. And essentially this is a national lab in France which works on digital technology, computer science, applied mathematics. And the translation of this particular name INRIA is National Institute for Research in Digital Science and Technology. This was founded in 1967, and there are actually seven or even more, I should say nine research centers which are there for the INRIA lab. So these are in places such as Bordeaux, Lyon, Nancy, and so on. I was fortunate enough to visit one of these centers at Sofia Antipolis. I'm going to leave a link, or rather I should say the names of the center at the end of the video so you can take a look at that. There is also a center abroad, that is abroad relative to France, in Santiago de Chile in Chile. Now let us return to the INRIA itself. Essentially they have more than 200 project teams. They have several thousand researchers, engineers and scientists, and they have incubated more than 200 startups since the 1980s. Now let us look at the different problems which you can do if you are a postdoctoral candidate. Now one of the things to keep in mind is that though these guys work in computer science and applied math, you can be from any discipline, any quantitative discipline, and you can of course work there because they address a lot of problems which involve knowledge of engineering and sciences. To some extent, even if you are a person from social sciences and humanities background, you may want to explore these institutes because there are a lot of problems in social science where math and computational skills are becoming more important. There is an ongoing merger of mathematics and social science. And also you will see that in many cases humanities has become very important because as far as AI is concerned, if you want to learn about large language models, maybe translation systems and so on, you are dealing with languages, and who knows languages better than humanities major, than English majors, than language majors. So let us return to the postdoc problem. Now, when I look at the way INRIA functions, essentially they have a plethora of research teams out there, and these teams work on a selected problem which is pretty multidisciplinary in nature. So when I look at these problems, they include problems such as wireless networks for digital cities, stochastic approach for complex flow, learning and graphs in optimization, programming languages, cryptography, cancer dynamics, dynamics and control of networks, data mining, simulation for medicine, machine learning, numerical methods, and so on. So you get the point. They may be working on, for example, solution of partial differential equations for some problem, or they may be working on something to do with cryptography and any discipline which is in the broad realm of the digital sciences. So how do you go about getting a postdoc at these labs? Now, one of the things is that you should look online for positions for postdoc. Now, INRIA has a web page related to jobs which are out there. So any postdoctoral position which is going to be sought for, it is going to be in this particular link. I'm going to put this link on the web page. Now, beside this, if you do not find an appropriate postdoc position, you can always write to a team leader of one of the project teams, and you can send them an email discussing your motivation, your background, and why you want to do research there, what you want to do research in. So they also have something known as a contact scientist program where there is a young researchers team, and this can also help you. So I'm going to give a link to that in the description box. If I don't remember, please remind me. Now let us look at the documents you need to send. Of course, you need to send your CV or curriculum vitae. So at the point you are in during a postdoc, you obviously have finished a PhD, often a master's degree, and it is expected that you will have a few papers, at least one paper. And hopefully these are journal papers that are going to certainly cement your case. Now, one of the advantages of having a paper is that you have something to send to these people beside your CV. So generally when researchers pursue or peruse a CV, they essentially look at the publication list, and in this publication list they are going to look at the journals involved, the quality of the journals, the titles of the research paper, and very often the title of the research paper is going to tell these people a lot about what is your field, what is your contribution. Now, beside your CV, you need to give a description of your research in 1 to 2 pages. You need to attach a cover letter or a motivation letter. And in this letter, you need to bring out, for example, the scientific position of the proposed subject also. Now, sometime you may need to write a research proposal here. Again, discuss this with the team lead as to how you need to write this research proposal. In case the ad is out for a particular problem, they have proposal drafted by themselves and they may simply want you to work on that, but in some cases you may be able to craft out a research proposal with this particular team leader and then work on that problem. Now you are going to need a letter from your PhD advisor, so be amenable and affable with your PhD advisor, because he or she has to write a letter and send it directly to the postdoc advisor here. So this is certainly going to be a very important part of your application process. Also, you need to provide them with the possible date of joining and so on. So here again, I would say that if you are even in your master's degree program or bachelor's degree, maybe you are contemplating one day going to France and doing postdoc, you can look at the INRIA webpage as to what are the problems they are working on. Now, sometime I find that just looking at these problems can also help you, because you can get a lot of ideas about what are the different research problems people are working on around the world. And in some cases, if you are in a situation where you are at a loss about what research problem to work on, browsing through the web page of different national labs, different universities can give you an idea about what are the topics people are working on currently. Because what happens with research projects is that whatever name you see there, whatever title you see there, these are precursors to the journal papers which are actually going to be published by the labs or the universities. So again, if you have free time during your weekends, maybe you can watch my YouTube videos, but maybe you are bored of that, then you can go and browse some of these websites and look at the different things which you can do.